Welcome back everybody. This is the Volvo ES90, a literally big Swedish high-tech powerhouse. Supposed to be the successor of the Volvo S and V90. Big shoes to fill. In this video, a first look at the all-new ES90. So welcome to the Volvo ES90, a Swedish revolution, because this is the first Volvo with the 800 volts architecture, putting the flagship EX90 with 400 volts already behind. And meanwhile there are two actually, so one in Aurora Silver and this one in crystal white metallic. Also different wheels and whatnot. But yeah, it comes in a single motor drivetrain and also two twin motor versions. More about that later. Let's first have a look at the exterior because it is big, and compared to the Volvo S90, the outgoing Volvo S90, except for the Chinese market because facelift, but more about that later, I guess. So compared to the S90, the ES90 wheelbase is 1.5 centimeters longer. Total length is even 2 centimeters longer, and then 4 centimeters wider. You also really see that. I mean, this car is big. Also, looking in the front of it, looks pretty nice, right? 4 centimeters wider. It's really wide. Kind of reminds me of the Polestar 4 also being so big, and Seeker 001, kind of, let's say, cousins of this car. Overall then, in height, this one is 11 centimeters higher than the Volvo S90. Volvo likes to call this a family fastback, whatever that means. But yeah, you surely see that it's a bit of a sedan, and then the electric take on it, yeah, it's a bit higher. Also, of course, because there is a battery in the floor of the car, which means, yeah, you need to go up a bit more. So the front of the ES is the typical new generation Volvo with the new Thor hammer design, similar to EX90. Also very aerodynamic, of course, electric car, and yes, the LiDAR is also over there. Hey taxi, and I'm not coming too close because that could damage your camera. Underneath there is also the nice Volvo for Life sentence, similar to EX90, and of course Volvo for Life is one of those old Volvo slogans, so that's a nice touch. Then on the side, some strong lines, giving the car really a nice body in my opinion. Also this big rear view mirror with the LiDAR system and cameras and whatnot over there. That's also similar to EX90. And by the way, what a shame that Volvo got rid of the typical SPA platform blind spot indicator and just has this small hazard triangle now over there. It's a bit of a bummer, Volvo, come on. Then the door handles, which yeah, fold into the body of the car. And then also the windows really tie into the body of the car as well. So it gives a very clean look. Also strong lines on the side. Yeah, in my opinion, this car, yeah, looks really nice. And especially in person, guys, trust me, in person, this car looks good. So make sure you go to your dealership soon to check out the ES90 because, yeah, in person it looks just 10 times better than on the pictures. So then for colors, as I said already, crystal white metallic and the new Aurora Silver metallic over there. In total there are 7 colors, and I can actually show you guys that because over here is the whole upholstery option thing. So colors, white, St. June, the grays. I think this is denim blue, and then also mulberry red metallic. That's a really nice one. Upholsteries, wool blend, and also some leathers. As you can see, they are all perforated, meaning you also have ventilated seats in this car. And over here are all the nice details. Pretty cool, right? So in total 7 colors and 4 wheel options. So here's one of the wheel options. It's a 22-inch wheel. Really cool. Reminds me a bit of the EX30 wheel they now also introduced on model year 26. And then over here, this gives me a bit more of the Polestar 4 vibe kind of wheel. Also nice with the Volvo detail in it. Yeah, pretty nice, right? So 4 wheels in total. Then looking at the rear, at the C-pillar, on this one as well, there's a nice touch with this typical Volvo taillight still, so the line and then the half box. but then this is cleaned up into the C-pillar of the rear window. If you turn off the car, that will also disappear. Well, yeah, you get the point. The rear itself is also a bit smaller, and that is to improve aerodynamics of the car, better for efficiency, meaning you get better range because electric vehicles. So you do notice also in person that the car becomes a bit smaller at the rear, but still, yeah, it's a very nice presence or styling, yeah. Bit of this sedan vibe, huh? So then the specs demonstrated over here are Ultra. So currently there are 3 trim levels available. Core, already a nice base for an ES90, plenty of options. Then Plus, you get the nice extras, and then on Ultra you really get the fancy things like massage seats, the HD door hammers, and yeah, all the good stuff. Also the chromo electronic panoramic sunroof. I'll show you guys that later. In the interior, all in all, an interesting design or take on a Volvo sedan. Yeah, but then formerly fastback. Hello, so welcome in the interior of the ES90. And over here, it is big, and I see a button called roof shading, which I just need to press. Did you see that? The panoramic sunroof, the chromo electronically thingy changed. So now it's bright, and let's turn it on once again. Poof. Wow, yeah. Oh, interesting. But yeah, over here it's very clean as well, and then not clean as in I cleaned up, but the design. So let's turn the camera around and show you guys a bit more of that. Typical Volvo interior, I'd say, of the next gen then as well. So hello, big screen and driver's information module. But yeah, a very Swedish clean design. And yes, it's also clean up in here. But besides that, big steering wheel. Bit of the EM90 vibe for some reason, but similar to EX90 if I recall correctly. The familiar buttons also over here. Sneakily over here, the autopilot buttons are already installed. So once the LiDAR becomes active in due course, then you can press both of them and you'll activate LiDAR autopilot. Then over here, as I said, driver's information module. That's really nice to have. Over here, 14.5-inch center screen running on the Google infotainment system, which in my opinion is just a really good system. You can just shout to it, Google, yeah, navigate to, blah, 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 and it picks up on it. But also turn on the heated seat, turn on the AC, turn off, etc. It just really works really well. I also experienced that recently in the EX90. Screen is nice in size. I like this size. Also vertically, yeah, it's okay for me. It's also pretty close to you. So seating position wise, the screen is just at a okay distance. Of course, that also depends on your length. But for me, this is just fine. By the way, we are at the Dutch, which is a famous golf course in the Netherlands. So golf fans, shout out to you. Yeah, but as you can see, it works nice. Also wireless CarPlay, for example, 360 camera, 3D camera, all kinds of jazz is up in here. You can also install applications like YouTube, Spotify, whatnot. It's all in here. Also the wooden insert, similar to EX90, so this is backlit at night. That looks amazing, really. Trust me, it's really good. I sound like Trump if I say that. But yeah, Bowers & Wilkins also, if you are into music, yeah, it costs about 3,000 to 4,000 euros as an option, expensive option. But then you get a very impressive sound system, and there's also like this application for Bowers & Wilkins on it to demonstrate how it sounds, and I tried that and it's impressive. Also cool with the B&W system, you get also speakers in the headrests, which is a nice little detail as well. Besides that, we see things like a head-up display, AC, a couple of buttons. So this is, I think, for the volume. Yep, and also, yeah, 2 buttons. Ooh, okay, hard rock, let's go. Yeah, go back and forth between your music and whatnot. Wireless charger over there with a bit of an edge on it. That is good. And then over here, it's a bit of a soft plasticky material. I'm not too sure about that, what that's supposed to be. But yeah, it's over there. Lots of storage space also here. It's quite deep, bright lights. I like this as well. It's pretty cool. And then over here, there's also a bit of storage space. Also very deep. That's really the benefit of electric vehicles. There's so much storage space. Nice little detail over there with the Swedish flag, for example. That started in XC60, I believe, and it's still ongoing. Yeah, and besides that, leather upholstery, the light upholstery in here. Yeah, it looks quite good. Nice stitching. Also in the doors, on the dash. Yeah, this car really gives you a very luxurious feeling. Then let's have a look at the rear view mirror, because I thought I was looking to the ceiling of the car, but that's just quite poor rear view. Yeah, there's not much happening over there. I wonder in traffic how that looks, but I guess that you will not see that much. I wonder why Volvo just didn't go for the same Polestar 4 arrangement with like a back facing camera, but yeah, it's not really that good of a view. Then over here, the rear seats, they look quite fancy as well. Very comfortable. Let's have a seat over there as well. Then welcome in the back of the Volvo ES90, and this is maybe the place you want to be actually. First of all, super spacious also over here. Do note, I am 2 meters 8, so I'm not really that representative for the average person over here in the back. What I do notice, comfortable seats, but yeah, leg support of course, yeah, not so good for me. If you can stretch out, then surely it will be better. So let's say if you're 1 meters 80 or something like that, this is very comfortable. Then there's also an option to electronically fold or move back your backrest, your back support. Oh wait, the button is over here. Let's see. Okay, so it's already all the way to the back. And can we also, okay, move it to the front. Yep. So then you're very upright, but then in my case, that doesn't really fit, so I really need to put it back, which makes quite a bit of noise. But yeah, then you are quite comfortable and well, kind of nice. Seats also ventilated, heated. The climate controls are over here, dual zone, 2 USB-C ports as well. Bowers & Wilkins also over here, small hook, lights. I think this is also a speaker or something. Then also, these wooden parts, these inserts are backlit, meaning you have multiple themes, light themes in the car, also in front. Yeah, that will display also over here in the doors, for example. And on pictures, that looks really cool. I'll try to simulate it over here as well. But yeah, all in all, very comfortable. Electric vehicle, so no drive shaft over here. So it's a full flat floor. There is a small bump over here, but that's the battery pack. Part of the battery pack, or maybe some wiring, I guess. Now then there's also an armrest over here. Oh, that moves a bit sturdy still. Do note this is a pre-production vehicle, so it's all a bit funky still here and there. That's quite comfortable. Also here, nice wooden detail. 2 cup holders, storage space, maybe for some pencils or other important stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if they also make an excellence version of this one, and they will also have like the cooling for your champagne, or I do not know what, over there as well. Then this thing over here, the panoramic roof, standard on an ES90 Core, Plus and Ultra, so that's nice. And then on the Ultra you also get this electrochromatic or chromo electronic, something like that, pan roof, meaning that you can more or less blind it. So if there's a lot of glare, brightness, a lot of heat from the sun on a warm day, warm sunny day, you can turn that on and then it dims a bit, which is currently the case. But that looks quite nice, also gives a very light and bright feeling over here. Whilst I'm sat here in the back enjoying life, let's talk drivetrain and platform then. This is the SPA2 platform, 800 volts architecture. That's actually the first Volvo ever to have that, putting the flagship Volvo EX90 with a 400 volt platform already behind. The benefits of an 800 volt platform, better range, efficiency, and also faster charging. So let's go to the drivetrains then. There are 3 of them. The first one, single motor on the rear wheels, 338 horsepower, then a twin motor, so all-wheel drive, 1 motor on the front and 1 on the rear, 448 horsepower, And then the twin motor performance, a stunning 680 horsepower, 0 to 60 or 100 kilometers an hour with the performance in 4 seconds flat. So you can also kind of race this luxurious family fastback. Batteries then, on the single motor you get a 92 kilowatt hour battery pack, of which usable 88 and nominal 92. On the twin motor you get a 106 kilowatt hour nominal battery pack, of which usable 102. That's quite large for both drivetrains. I think the single motor with the 92 kilowatt hour battery pack is going to be very efficient. Range then, single motor 650 kilometers WLTP, the twin 700 kilometers WLTP. So that means you can get, let's say, about 500 kilometers from both drivetrains, I think, easily. So that's impressive for an electric vehicle of this size as well. Yeah, that's what we want, right? That's a good electric range. Also, of course, due to the low car aerodynamics being pretty nice, obviously on a low sedan-ish fastback kind of car. So that helps. Charging then, 300 kilowatt DC fast charging with the single motor and 350 kilowatt DC fast charging with the twin and twin motor performance. So also over there you see the benefit of an 800 volt architecture, 300 plus kilowatt DC charging. That means you can top up, if I understood correctly, 300 kilometers in 10 minutes. And then of course also the towing capacity, also important, but also pretty impressive in my opinion for an electric vehicle. 1600 kilograms for the single motor and even 2000 kilograms, so 2 tons, for the twin motor performance. So that means you can also take your mobile home, or whatever you want to call it, caravan in Dutch. You can take that behind this car as well. So that will surely look a bit interesting. Then let's also have a look at the boot of the car. Have a look at the trunk of the car. Over here is the button, and there we go. So the large wide tailgate makes it easy to load like the family luggage or gear for a ski trip. It also looks very big, and well, it is, because this compartment offers up to 424 liters of load space, and that is, for example, just less, 40 liters less of XC60. So in that regard, it's actually quite spacious. Once the 3 rear seats are folded down, the seats can also be all folded individually. Good job, Volvo, we like that practicality. Then you get up to 733 liters of boot space. There's also a frunk, 22 liters, so which is kind of okay for example, a charging cable. So let's close this one up again. Goes, of course, electronically with the familiar buttons, which have been on SPA platform Volvos as well, for example. And those taillights look quite cool, right? And also this line, by the way. Kind of sporty, right? So anyway, this car, when is it going to be delivered, manufactured and such? Well, Q3 production is started. SOP, start of production in Chengdu, the Volvo factory in China. For example, the current S90 is being built there. Also like XC60, B4, 5 mild hybrid cars. They're also being built over there. What else to mention? Yeah, so Q3 they start building, and then in Q4 you will see the first demo cars arriving. So for example, late December, you'll be able to try out one of the ES90s like a demo dealership vehicle. So that's quite soon as well. So yeah, that being said, that is a first look at the Volvo ES90 over here behind me. Yep, there we go. I hope you enjoyed this first look. In person, this car is really impressive. So make sure you have a look when you're able to do so later this year perhaps. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Also subscribe to the channel, that really helps me out, so please subscribe. And then I'll be able to make more of these special kind of Volvo and Polestar videos, of course. That being said, thoughts, questions, comments, leave them down below in the comment section and I'll get back to you. And of course, see you soon in another very fun Volvo video. Bye bye.